I walked 2 days in Nairobi City to see how it look. My friend, one part, like our face, is clean. The other part, you think you are in somewhere in Mogadishu.
Not the Singapore of Africa?
I'm telling you, this is the so-called Singapore. The so-called the city in the sun. Just go every street. Go down to Mfangano and River Road and tell me whether that's Nairobi. Please, Mr. President, stop campaigning every day. President Ruto has been campaigning forever.
Those are campaigns?
He has been campaigning. Everything he's doing strategically. It is for political campaign of 2027.
And you're just in time for Richard Mwanja exclusive. It's always a pleasure to have you on board. Definitely a go-to point on matters public governance and political analysis here in Kenya and across the region. And you also have a sister show, that is Business Glide, on matters economics, public policy and finance. But particularly for today, it is Richard Mwanja exclusive. We give you 360 coverage on politics and governance. And who better to help me unpack the conversation of the day other than this Kenyan based in United States of America. He's a think tank, an author of the renowned book that is Kenya the Beloved. I'm talking about none other than Mr. Simon Job Ombati. He's actually been with us in our previous editions, and he found it good to pass by and at least talk to Kenyans before he flies back to USA. Job Ombati, glad to have you back again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And you look fantastic, elegant.
I came home, so I have to look Kenyan.
You have to look Kenyan.
Absolutely.
A patriot at heart, you think you are?
Yes, I can tell you that.
You are wearing actually the flag.
Yes.
And so am I.
Kenya the Beloved.
Kenya the Beloved.
Absolutely.
Very well. We got actually positive feedback from your sentiment and school of thought the last time you were here. And you only thought it will be fit and better for the public should you also grace our, one of our editions before you jet back.
Yes, that's
and actually, how about we begin the conversation from developing issues in our country, especially in the side of political landscape. And we've seen the recent endorsement by President Ruto towards Raila's bid to be the AUC chairperson. And let me ask you, for this particular bid that is the AU chairpersonship for Raila Odinga, do you consider it more of a personal interest, fulfilling of a personal political interest, or it could be of better good to the public, other than what many think is just a personal endeavor for Raila Odinga and legacy?
Let me be honest. Raila Odinga is one person in this country who has made us proud. Raila Odinga is a statesman. There's nobody who can match the qualification of Raila Odinga. For Raila Odinga to go for AU position, it's a very good thing. And every Kenyan should support him. Raila Odinga is a statesman. Everybody should support Raila Odinga. He will make Kenya proud. He will make Africa proud. And he will build Africa. Raila Odinga is a force to reckon with. Without question, we should support him. Secondly, for him to move out of Kenyans' pox, to go out to Africa, it is going to create room for new opposition leader to come up. We have people in Kenya who have been learning or under the wings of Raila Odinga for a long time. These people can step up to the plate and take over the position of opposition leader. People like Babu Owino, people like Simba Arati, people like Edwin Sifuna, even Dr. Mutula Kalonzo. We have so many capable young leaders who can take over from Raila Odinga. So we should support Raila Odinga's quest for AU position. At the same time, when he moved to that position, it is going to give easy room, a breathing room for President Ruto. Because Raila Odinga is his biggest threat. Is his biggest fear that Raila Odinga might say this and things go this way. Raila Odinga might say, let's go to the street tomorrow. But for him going to AU, the president will get a little room to breathe.
Good.
And all those are the good things. So me, I support Raila Odinga and I wish that he can get this position. Because honestly, there's no one like Raila Odinga.
Rightly put, and sure enough, you've actually tried your hand in elective politics back here in Kenya.
Yep.
And that informs my question that probably as a seasoned political analyst, what do you think runs in the mind of Azimio supporters or even Kenya Kwanza supporters who never foresaw a handshake between Raila Odinga and President Ruto? Would you advise them that perhaps that is the betrayal that was long overdue, or it is of better interest should they be a true sort of cordial relationship between them two other than being two divides?
You know, I always say this way. People need to think beyond the small box. Like Azimio, like Kenya Kwanza, like whatever. They need to stop thinking about this way.
Sure.
They should think broader. They should think as Kenyans. They should think about the welfare of this nation, not the welfare of Ford Kenya, DP, DAB, or Azimio. They think broader. So whatever is going on with this, I see it like a children's fight. They need to grow up. Even if you are in opposition, it doesn't mean you don't have good ideas for Kenya. Even if you are in opposition, that doesn't mean you cannot do something better for Kenya. So they need to stop this. Campaign is over. It is time to manage. It is time to run this country. It is time to do work until 2027. This wangling around, it is childish. It must stop. People should focus on what is best for this country. What are we doing for this time? When 2027 comes, then we see who is best suited to run as the chairman, as the secretary, to do this. We do politics within a short time. Then we run the country.
Well enough. And actually, you have been privileged to be a Kenyan based in Washington, and you've enjoyed sort of the two sides of the world, experiencing the political and governance style in Kenya and also back in the US. And some quarters are already taking concern with the recent diplomatic appointments by President Ruto, some saying he's recycling political rejects. And let me ask you, do you find it an issue should the president pick sort of political rejects and give them state appointments, or there's so much potential in new faces and in new names that we are yet to tap into?
My brother, I'm telling you, President Ruto is an educated man. Sometimes I wonder how he makes decisions. The people he has appointed, the people he has recycled, sending them various places, most of those people are political rejects. Most of those people are there just begging for positions to keep getting money or keep their name. It is not qualification. It is not merit that they qualify for these appointments. There are so many Kenyans, my friend. There are so many Kenyans in this country. So many Kenyans in the diaspora who can do better job than most of these people he has appointed. Kenya is not lacking talent. Kenya is not lacking people to do these jobs. It's only that the president looks around the box. He looks around those who comes to our state house and he appoints them. He appoints those people who have been praising him. It's in a form of saying thank you for standing with me. We should go beyond this. We should go beyond thanking people for supporting us. Appoint credible, capable people to run positions, to become ambassadors, to be high commissioners. Appoint people who are qualified, who can make this country work and look respectable.
Right.
If I start naming some of those people he appointed, I tell you this and this and this, you would be amazed. Like, what qualification do they really have? None. Other than they have been psychopaths supporting or singing the president's name, so he appoints them into something. President Ruto should look beyond this box. He should look at the Kenyans at large. Get those people who are qualified, give them jobs to do, and make this country run better.
Talking matters make this country to be run better. There are some sections who believe the president is already on early campaigns, all thanks to his many roadside declarations over the car rooftops,
He's already in
address to the
campaign
nation
mode.
and all that. And I'm asking you, do you consider those to be political campaigns but packaged as development tours and grassroots tours by the president?
Unfortunately, that is the truth. And if you look back at my interview with you, I told the president the same thing. Please, Mr. President, Stop campaigning every day. President Ruto has been campaigning forever.
Those are campaigns?
He has been campaigning. Everything he's doing strategically. It is for political campaign of 2027. We need to sit down and govern this country.
Nothing to do with being in touch with hustlers on the ground?
No. President Ruto has been campaigning every day. Look at those people he has. Many of those members. Look at even Dindi Nyoro. Imagine they are campaigning for 2027. This is 2024. We have 3 years to go. We need to run this country, not running, campaigning every single day. The president needs to tell them like, hey guys, we have 3 years to go. We need to do our job. Sit back and work. This campaigning every month, every day, every year, we are wasting so much time for Kenyans, my friend. Kids need to go to school. Roads need to be fixed. There are so many bridges in this country which have been left incomplete.
Stalled projects.
So many things needs to be done. Nairobi city needs to be cleaned. I went to the city. I walked 2 days in Nairobi city to see how it look. My friend, one part, like our face, is clean. The other part, you think you are in somewhere in Mogadishu.
Not the Singapore of Africa?
I'm telling you, this is the so-called Singapore. The so-called the city in the sun. Just go every street. Go down to Mfangano and River Road and tell me whether that's Nairobi. Our kids are on the street. Everybody is selling things everywhere. There's no order. Trash is everywhere. I'm not creating this. Just go see. When you look at that, and you hear them campaigning every day, and they have the money, they have the city people, they have the police, they have cleaning crew, they have everything in paper. But nothing is working. Nothing is working. We need to make this city clean. We need to make our cities safe. We need to show people that we are responsible. We can do business, but we need to do them orderly, in the right place. We can't be just the way I saw, and then claim to be the green city in the sun. We need to change this.
Now that you're taking concern with the president's style of governance and you feel that he's already on early campaigns, it begs the question for him and other supporters in Kenya Kwanza, are you signaling to the direction that maybe they got into politics for primitive accumulation of wealth and not actually serving the interest of Kenyans?
I am not afraid to say that the majority of the politicians we have today, majority of them, they are there for wrong reasons. Their reason is to gain power and money. And that's why everything is the way it is. It's not that Kenya doesn't have money. We have money. We can manage our own affairs.
You were just told the other day we did found empty coffers.
No, we have money, but this money is in the wrong hands. At the same time, the money we have in Kenya is stored with the wrong people. If we can do things transparently, if we can stop corruption, if we can stop this called tribalism, if we can just think about the future of our country, our children, we can make this country run better. Kuna pesa iko, lakini iko kwa mifuko ya wakora na ni wachache, and that's why things are the way they are.
You are Kenyan based in USA, and it begs the question, if you are here on the ground and you feel there's so much impunity going around town, is it just your individual voice, or even back people in the USA or cut across or spread across the diaspora are feeling the same?
Actually, I don't just feel. I see it. I see impunity. I see corruption. I see injustice. This is not theory. Just look around.
Are there people back there who resonate with what you're saying?
Believe me, many Kenyans here in Kenya, they see what I'm talking about. Many Kenyans in the diaspora, whether they are in America, whether in Canada, or in Australia, in Japan, or in Arab countries, many Kenyans there, they look at this country, having seen what is happening out there, they look at our motherland and say, I wish we had leaders who can do things better. We have leaders, but there are few, as I said last time. We have so many politicians and very few leaders. And corruption is given chance. Tribalism is like a song of the day in this country. If we can get courageous leaders to stop these vices, we have money, we have talent. Kenyans are very talented people. They work hard and they want to see things done right. But they are let down by the leaders we have.
The diaspora community has actually been targeted as an open window and a very viable window to ramp up revenue collection for the country that is Kenya. And let me ask you, oftentimes, do you feel that it has been put into best use what you remit to the country as citizens?
No, they have not. The Kenyan politicians think about the diaspora on two ways.
How?
Money, and they have given us a chance. Because so many Kenyans who are out there, many of them are very educated. That's why they work in the big governments, they work in parastatals, they are very educated.
Sure.
So they have given these Kenyans a chance that they have gone out there to work. Secondly, the leaders we have in Kenya, they love diaspora because diaspora sends so much money which they use here. The money which is emitted to this country every year, as we know all, is more than agriculture or tourism sector bring. Now, instead of the government supporting these diaspora people, the government comes only to talk to us about, oh, we are going to create a position for the diaspora. What does that position do? Oh, we love the diaspora because we support them. How do you support them? I talked about this last time, and I'm not going to talk about it, stop talking about it. The people of Kenya who live in America, particularly in America, they have not been given a good deal. Look at Americans, Kenyan Americans. We are not allowed to import left-hand cars to this country because they say they are left-hand. Can you imagine how many cars Kenyan American could have imported if we were given a chance?
Eco-friendly cars.
I'm telling you, we have all those. And let's say for example, we have 700,000 Kenyans in America. 700,000. If these 700,000 Kenyans are given permission or are allowed to import cars, every one of them will import one car. So how many cars would that be? 700,000. When those 700,000 cars come to Kenya, they will have 700,000 drivers. And every car which will be sent will be used to help at least 2 people.
Commercial cars.
How many people could have been changed if the government allowed this to happen? That's one thing. That's why I say the diaspora have been given a low deal. Secondly, if they were allowed or given incentive or given a chance to import medical equipment, how many of our hospitals will be equipped with medical equipment? So many, but they are not. We are told this cannot happen, or you cannot bring this, and even when you bring those things from the diaspora, you pay so much money as in whatever income tax at the port, and then you decide this is not what to do it. So I'm saying that there are so many things this government can do to help the people in the diaspora. Walete ile mali wameenda kutafuta huko. Watu wanafanya kazi, my brother, 24 hours. Watu wanafanya overtime. Watengeneze pesa, wanunue truck, watume Kenya ifanye kazi. Lakini ukinunua truck, ukitaka kutuma hapa, conditions imewekwa. So you can't send your truck. If they could allow these diaspora people to bring what they have acquired out there freely, even with little tax, they can import these things, Kenya will change for so many in so many ways.
It makes sense.
It will change in so many ways. Lakini wanatuwekea mabreki. Ukitoka Britain unaweza tuma gari Kenya, lakini America don't.
Sanctions and stumbling blocks
so
all
many
over the
blocks.
place.
So I'm saying to the president, think about these things. The president need to think about the diaspora more than what they talk almost during the time of campaigning. That the people of diaspora, we remember you, we are going to do this. We need more action than words.
Fair enough. And actually, to bring the show to a wrap, let's probably get to this front of maybe, it might look or sound like a far-fetched dream, but let me ask you, with President Job Simon Ombati for just a day, or even for just a year, how different will you have run Kenya, or what will you tap into so that you revitalize the fortunes of this country? Where will you start that transformation journey?
It's very easy. If I wake up one day and I'm the president of Kenya, Job Ombati Simon, Rais wa Kenya, oh my Jesus.
And Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces.
The first thing I'll do, I will call the Kenyan leaders, put them together. I will govern like Mwai Kibaki. I will choose the best brains.
The best man or woman for the
job. For the job. I will not care whether they are opposition or in my government, political party. I will not care whether they are in Kenya or in Norway. I will not care where they are. They are Kenyans. I will check their credentials. Are they physicians? Are they educationists? Are they people who can, scientists, whatever they are? These are the people I will ask to come and work for this government.
Meritocracy.
Remember, when Kenya was formed, where was Mwai Kibaki? He was an economist in Kampala. Where was Professor Anyang' Nyong'o? In Kampala. What happened? Mzee Odinga said, come home. Come and work for me.
We need the brains here.
Tutengeneze serikali yetu. Hata huyu rais huyu Kibaki, Saire aliingia. Where was Dr. Mutua? He was in Arab country. Alimwangalia akasema ita hiyo kijana. He knows how to speak. Akampatia kazi, government spokesman. Where did Mutua end up? Becoming a governor of Machakos. He built Machakos very well. So if I was the president, I would sit down, find the best brains, the best leaders, put them in a position and tell them to work for Kenyan people. Second, I would try my best way to eliminate corruption. Because corruption, as I said last time, is like cancer. It eats all ways. Money is wasted. Talent is wasted because of corruption.
Very well.
And I will do more than that.
You'll do more than that?
I will do more than that.
Well, that point by Simon Job Ombati takes us to the wrap of this conversation today, talking matters, a plethora of issues. In the world of politics and governance, we've talked about the nuggets of wisdom President Ruto needs to tap into so that he revitalizes and recalibrates his political style so that he leaves such a resounding legacy once he exits office, and also a call and a clarion call to many of our leaders so that they see elective positions not as a source for primitive accumulation of wealth, but as a point to serve Kenyans and their interests. And also, he has made a clarion call to taxpayers on how better they can check their government and the voices that they need to amplify more so that we can see a change in our motherland, that is Kenya. Well, thank you so much, Ombati. Salimia watu wa Maju.
Asante, ni hivyo mnatuita Maju, lakini sisi tunakaa kama wa Kenya wowote.
Please remind them where can they get your book, Kenya the Beloved?
Honestly, Kenya the Beloved is a book that will now be like history book. It's because I spoke about Kenya, where we started, where we are, and where we are going. And that book can be found at Amazon.com.
Good.
You can go to Google, just write Kenya the Beloved. You'll see my name on it.
Good.
You can buy it from Amazon.com. You can buy it from your phone in an electronic way. It's a good book, and I recommend it for the majority of the politicians in this country.
Well, surely you need to grab yourself a copy of the book that is Kenya the Beloved, authored by none other than Job Simon Ombati, who's been our guest here and actually graced some of our editions in the past. And we wish you all the best when you jet back. Have a safe flight, and we wait to see you yet again when you come and visit us.
Thank you, and I hope you give more chances to diaspora people when they come,
I surely
so
will.
they can give you their perspective. But in general, people in the diaspora want this country to succeed.
Very well.
We want the president to succeed. We want our economy to become better, because this is our land.
Good.
This is our motherland.
This is our motherland, and the message from him is we all need to be patriots at heart. Until next time on Richard Mwancha Exclusive, it is always a pleasure to have you on board. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing.